What's up? So I'm just going to ramble real quickly about how much happiness I have from these old photos, the seven karma fishes, the Barbie killed Ken. All of these things affected me. I never took what I did for granted. I might have phoned a few things in from time to time because it was just easy to do with certain acts, certain artists, but I never took my role as far as local bands lightly. It just always was important to me to make sure that the right band was on the right bill and that they were getting the most exposure they could. I'm not saying that in a flippant, like nobody got paid or any of that stuff. It's all exposure points. I'm just saying that, you know, great talent buyers try to find the right show for the artists that they know and understand on a local level. There were times where I would get into fights with agents and managers, and sometimes bands, national touring acts, about the fact that I insisted on putting local bands on the show because, as I explained to the agents, it's like in 6 months when your band's not here, I have to rely on these local bands to be able to draw in your place. They didn't understand it at first. Eventually, they came to understand it. And that was a great thing because I ended up having these great working relationships with agents, managers, and bands. And the bands knew that I was true to the form of the show and the event and bringing something fun to not only the audience, but the bands involved, my crew, the security guys, the bartenders, the barbacks. I wanted everybody to have a good time all the time. And most of the time we were successful in doing that. The reason I'm so, I'm not trying to be that old guy that is reliving the past because that's all I've got. um, because I plan on doing more eventually, soon. I'm just not going to jump into anything and do it the wrong way. It has to be right. It has to be a way that works for me as well as the artists that will eventually want to be involved. I'm just you guys, all you musicians who have worked with me over the years. You have no important how important you are to my life and how important you will be in my life until I take my last breath. You guys helped me to become a better whatever I was at whatever I was doing. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I remember all of you fondly, the stories. I'm reminded sometimes I forget about things, and then somebody will post a picture and it's just like, bam, it's right there. I am grateful. I am blessed. I have always been blessed. As I've said elsewhere, I feel like I have lived several lifetimes. And I'm grateful for that. Anyway, the rantings of an old man. I just wanted you to know I love you. Thank you to every band and every artist that has ever crossed my path and turned me on to their thing and trusted me enough to do something that worked for them. Yes, there were a few bands that didn't get, uh, that kind of fell off the map, but 9 times out of 10, that was because they did something weird, um, or out of line. And those are very few and far between. I could probably name maybe on one or two hands how many national touring artists I don't like and tell you why I don't like them, but I'm not going to waste my time on that. I'm just going to tell you why I love other bands. Music is important to me, it's important to them, and it should be important to the rest of the world. We are sorely lacking in a music filled world, in my opinion. Have a good night. Thank you for listening to my bullshit. Love you. Bye.